The Indigitization program is based at the Irving K. Barber Learning Centre, which is located at the University of British Columbia on the traditional, ancestral, unceded territory of the Hunkaminam-speaking Musqueam people.
The Irving K. Barber Learning Centre, as part of the UBC Library, follows a community-led model trying to support lifelong learning throughout the province, engaging with partners around the province to support the economic, social, cultural development that communities themselves define.
The Indigitization program is part of our strong community engagement and Indigenous initiatives mandate.
There are literally tens of thousands of cultural heritage recordings in analog formats just in our BC First Nations community organizations alone. These include language recordings, oral histories, traditional use studies, content that's really important for our community cultural and language revitalization. Most of these recordings are on audio cassette, which is actually one of the best formats for people to learn digitization processes. Cultural heritage managers have been paralyzed trying to understand best practice requirements that in many cases are impractical or in times impossible to meet. All that we've done is use our experience and resources to assemble a group of devices that we've tested and know will work together. And with that hardware, we provide a manual for project planning, step-by-step digitization that's relatively free from jargon. We can't meet best practices in all cases, but we do come as close as we can in favor of a practical, achievable system of digitization.
One resource provided by the program is the Indigitization Workshop, where participants are provided with hard skills on how to digitize. During this time, participants also become part of a growing network of people doing this work and who have common questions about broader issues of knowledge management in community settings, such as access policies and long-term storage.
The training and capacity aspect of the Indigitization is so important. I didn't have experience digitizing audio materials before this, and at the same time I'm working somewhere that has a lot of different types of audio materials. So being part of this program, being somewhere where you get that hands-on training, where you have people who've already look through all those standards that are out there and all the different equipment options that there are and decided and evaluated what works best for smaller organizations and communities without a lot of funding resources behind them. That's so incredibly helpful.
There's so much room for growth in supporting Indigenous communities in BC in terms of information management, so they can support their cultural heritage and rights and titles endeavors. But there's a really large gap between our understanding of that information management and what is needed in the communities.
Indigitization is exceptional because it supports the integrity of Indigenous knowledge traditions by supporting and increasing community capacity to care for documentation and collections within community.
For many years, I've worked with community organizations that have either lost records or had real challenges in managing the records that they have. And for that reason, I have really been happy to see the Indigitization project form and work with so many communities. I think the kind of value that that brings from the expertise at the university to communities, not just in managing those challenges, but in acquiring the skills to manage them themselves is really invaluable, and it's a real indication of the kind of things we can achieve if we work together.